In this video, a former elementary school student shares a true story that still haunts them years later. My elementary school friends and I had a practice that we did every time one of us had a birthday. Every year on John's birthday, all 6 of us would go to his house and have a sleepover in the cool little guest house that his parents had on their huge property. The house was decked out in lots of party decorations, and there were lots of snacks for everyone. They even set up a projector to show movies. As we didn't have parents to watch over us, we stayed up past midnight and messed up the whole place when one of the boys got into a food fight with the Twizzlers. We all went outside to play tag at one point. Something didn't feel right when we got back. The floor didn't have nearly as many sweets as it did when we left. They didn't seem to care when I told them. I went against my gut and went back to playing around after John said it looked the same to him. Around 1 o'clock, we finally got comfortable and began to sleep. They were still talking when I left, and the last thing I heard was some stupid chat about schoolgirls and feelings. I slept way too much, so I was out of it before they told me anything. Early in the morning, something fell off of one of the snack tables and hit the floor. When I jumped out of my sleeping bag, I saw popcorn all over the carpet from a bowl. Last night, it looked like it was put too close to the table's edge. The second thing I noticed right away was that there was no one in the room. I couldn't find my friends anywhere. I began to yell out the names of my lost friends one by one. Each time there was no answer, my throat got a little tighter. The whole place was pitch black and quiet. The light wasn't where I thought it was when I got up and looked around. Then I heard something that stopped me in my tracks in the middle of a step. From the corner of the room there was short, sharp breathing. If you put 2 bookshelves together, they made a square hole in the corner of the wall. That's where the sound of breathing came from. It actually made me feel better. I was sure they were playing a joke on me. John had already said the night before that the house had a lot of great places to hide. Like before, when I called John's name and told him he could come out, nothing came back. It was a bit annoying. Everyone knew I didn't like jokes and didn't want to be the punchline. I went to the couch and stood on top of it to see what was going on. I saw the top of someone's head through the top of the racks. It wasn't John, I knew right away. There were bald spots and gray spots in some of their hair. I tripped on the couch and hit my head on the shelves. It was dark, and the person in the hidden place turned their head toward me and stared straight at me with those gray, dead eyes. That person screamed back like an animal when I screamed. I leaped off the couch and ran across the yard to the main house. From what I could tell, that person didn't follow me. People heard me and came running. I told John's parents that a man was hiding in the guest house. While I cried, John's mom held me and his dad ran to the house with a bat. The man was gone by the time he got there. When my friends came back a short time later, they couldn't believe what had happened. After the fact, I learned that they chose to watch the sun go down over the lake while I slept. Everyone was scared, and we all stayed in the main house in silence until the police arrived. We stopped having sleepovers on our birthdays and moved our sleepovers closer to our parents so we could feel a little safer. I never found out anything else about that guy. After that, I slept in my parents' room for almost a year. Since then, whenever I see something that looks like a great place to hide, I feel scared all over again. Some nights don't end when the sun comes up. They follow you, linger in the shadows, and change the way you see the world forever. If this story unsettled you, tell me in the comments, what would you have done at that moment? And remember, not every hiding place is empty. I'll see you in the next video.